Hi guys, Tabi here again. I wanted to go ahead and make brownies for all three of my boys tonight. So I decided I would give you a little recipe and show you some of our products while I did it. So this is actually a Pampered Chef recipe. It's called Warm Nutty Caramel Brownies. So I haven't actually done it, so bear with me while I read the instructions. But we all love chocolate and caramel in this house. So I was really turned on by it because it calls for one of my favorite candies, Rolos. So I know you're thinking I'm crazy, but I'm actually gonna put these out on the counter because we're gonna be using these. Don't worry, you don't have to actually wait around while I have to deal with those individually, but it'll be fun. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to start with preheating the oven to 375. So I already did that. That's already good to go. I have my large bar pan. As you can see earlier, I made cookies. So you can still kind of see, that's what stoneware. It seasons itself with the different things you cook on it. So over time, it will start to get darker and those type of things. So this isn't a dirty pan. This is how stoneware works. So I'm going to first go ahead and put some oil on that. So I'll pour just a little bit of vegetable oil on there. And then to spread it around, I just grab a napkin and spread that around and get that all ready. Go ahead and place that over here. And then I'm going to get our large batter bowl. And I'm going to put this right here. As you can see, I actually have the recipe here, but I do have our flexible cutting mats, which is amazing. I always use them for cooking. It's great too, just to kind of have your tools on top of or your ingredients to kind of keep the counter clean. And they're just so amazing because you can put them in the dishwasher and they're super easy. So we'll go ahead and start with the batter bowl. And I forgot to grab the eggs out of the fridge. Of course I did. So let me go grab those. All right, so we got the eggs. And so the instructions first say to go ahead and combine the brownie mix. So like I said, we love chocolate. So I went with Ghirardelli, and this already has chocolate chips in it, so it's gonna be like double chocolate. So it's actually a little bit different than the recipe, but I mean, it's extra chocolate, so you can't really complain. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in our large batter bowl. Ooh, and those are good sized chocolate chunks too. I guess I'll have to decrease a little bit on what the recipe says because it calls for an entire bag of chocolate chips. And I saw that and I was like, oh, that's a lot. Go ahead and empty this in here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm cheating a little bit. I could have made brownies from scratch, but being a busy mommy, I got to do what works for us, and it's still tasty. So we got the mix in there. And then we're going to go ahead and mix in the water. And for the water, it calls for, wait for it. It's interesting. Oh, it's on the box. Sorry, guys. It depends on, the box of brownie mix that you get. So it says a 1/4 cup of water. So I'm going to go ahead. I have my 1 cup prep cup. Like I said, I use the measuring, the liquid and dry ingredient measuring cup the other day. So I wanted to show you that we can also use our 1 cup prep cups for a lot of different things. So I'll go ahead and get a 1/4 of water of that. We have a water tank in case you're wondering. It's a little bit less than that. Go ahead and pour that in there. And then also the oil, 1/2 cup of oil. Ooh, sorry about that. See how sturdy and durable they are? 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. See, and what's nice is I can just put this on top of my flexible cutting mat and not have to get the counter all gross. And then we're gonna go ahead and get the eggs. So 1 egg, that's easy. No shell. Little garbage bag right here. Wash my hands. Put these in the fridge real quick. Sorry guys, my OCD. Okay, and some brown sugar. For the brown sugar, it calls for, let's see, where is it? 3/4 of a cup. Okay, 3/4 of a cup. This like already looks so good, and we're not even like halfway there. No, that was a big chunk. All right, that goes back in the bag. It wasn't contaminated. Okay, so 3/4 a cup of brown sugar. Okay, and then let me just rinse my hands off real quick. And then we are going to use our small and what's it called? Small and mixed scraper. So it's nice because it's not just a normal spatula. It kind of has almost like a scoop. So it's really good for actually scooping up everything and getting it off the sides. We're going to go ahead and mix all that together. Oh, this smells so good. If only the video had senses like smell, you guys would be right there with me. See how easy this is? This is why I don't make it from scratch. Because why? I mean, obviously, we all know that like the best of the best for the most part are from scratch. Like my mother-in-law, she makes amazing brownies and cookies. So I'm going to give her a shout out right here, even though she's completely never on social media. So unfortunately, that will never hit her ears. Okay, so that is all nice and mixed. And then it calls for chocolate chips. Now, because this brownie mix already had some chocolate chunks in it, I'm going to do a little bit less than what it calls for. So for the chocolate chips, it does call for like an entire bag. So I'm going to go ahead and just guesstimate and do about half. So in that will be like 1/4 of this because it only says to put in about half of them because we're going to be adding that to the top later on. And fold that in. Okay, I kind of want to like skip dinner and just go straight for this, guys. Although I'm excited. I did finish my twice baked potatoes, so I will post the final picture of that. Okay, so this is all stirred. I'm gonna put that to the side real quick. Clear some space. And I'm going to get my large bar pan again. So once again, this is already all greased. So I'm going to go ahead and just evenly spread it out on the pan. And I love this pan, guys. Like, I'm not the biggest baker, but I have kind of become one in the last year or so. And it totally makes a difference with the bakeware that you use. Like, I have not made better cookies than on this bar pan. It's made out of stoneware, so it just ends up cooking it more evenly, but still having like the crispy outer edges, which we all love, and not, you know, having any pieces that are a little bit doughier than others. Gets it all even. So that's what's great. This can scoop everything out, and then you just get as much as you can in there. Too bad there was all those studies and articles where we can't lick the bowl anymore. So disappointing. So disappointing. I wanted to have my boys do that. I did that growing up. I turned out okay. No comments on that, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spread out the batter, kind of even out the chocolate chunks. There's a ton of them in here because it was already a brownie mix with chocolate chunks, and then I added more. So see, this just could not possibly get any better. Actually, it can, because we're gonna top it with Rolos. Yep, I said it, with Rolos. All right, so spread this out. Okay, I'm gonna put this off to the side. See what our next step is. So actually, I'm not gonna have you guys stay online for this entire thing, but what you're gonna do is you're actually going to individually unwrap the Rolos and then take your paring knife or your utility knife, and you're actually gonna cut them in quarters. I wanna eat this right now. So you're gonna do that to 16 of the caramels. So you guys don't have to hang out for that while I do that. And then, let's see. And then what you're gonna do is actually put the rest of the chocolate chips in a plastic bag, or if you actually have something to ice baked goods with, you can do that as well, because we're actually going to be melting the chocolate. And what I'll do is I'll post this recipe too. So, because like I said, I can't do the whole thing on here. I won't have you guys wait for it to bake and everything, but I like to kind of show you the prep work and everything, and then what you're gonna do next, and then I'll post a picture of the final product. So we're gonna go ahead and microwave the chocolate for about a minute until it's melted. So about every 20 seconds you wanna stir it, because it also depends on your microwave and the chocolate that you're using. Sometimes it can actually be done in like 30 seconds. So you just have to kind of check on that. And then we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to put the brownies in the oven. And then, so it calls for 40 Rolos. So that's actually 5 rolls of Rolos. Or I noticed in the bag I bought, didn't actually have enough, so I had about 30. So I'm a little shy, but I think the chocolate will make up for it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bake that, and then 24 of the caramels, like whole caramels, you don't have to cut them up. We're actually going to press into the brownies in 4 rows of 6. And then you're going to sprinkle the quartered caramel, so these ones that we cut in 4, and then also the nuts on top. So I just, I kind of cheated. I already had chopped up walnuts, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. I wanted to show you our manual food processor, which I'll still grab and show you, but I don't have any whole nuts to show you, so I kind of have to do with what I got. So this is our manual food processor, and this is awesome because it has a safety lock. So you have to be super careful that the kids don't get a hold of this because these blades are super sharp. So you can put pretty much, not anything, but you know, within reason in here. So I could have actually, instead of being convenient and already having the chopped nuts, could have put whole nuts in here and then went ahead and just put this on top and then really processed and chopped it up. You can do the same. This works great, especially like for our summer get-togethers with dips, salsas, all of that. This is great for chopping all of those things up too. And then when you're done, you just lock it up and then store it away. So I am gonna go ahead and put that in the oven, and then I will top it off with all the delicious toppings, and I will take a picture. I'm sorry I can't virtually share it with you guys. It's gonna be delicious though. And then I just wanted to give a shout out to our mini serving spatula because this thing is amazing. I just got one for my mother-in-law because she's such a big baker, and it's just great because you don't need 2 tools to deal with your baked goods. You literally cut it with this, serve it with this. It's amazing. So that paired with the large bar pan, you guys are all set. So I hope you enjoyed this little demo. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to shoot me a message. Like I said, I'll go ahead and post the recipe and the after final picture product. Hey guys, have a great weekend.